Here at Barber Dave's Barbershop at Home, you can bet on where you will be a winner, and that's right, at Nurse Dave's Shaving World. Please make sure you check him out on YouTube and wherever 4K television sets are sold. We'll be right back. Hey everybody, welcome back for a Tuesday shave. It will be another straight razor shave, our last one of the week before we head back to the barbershop to do our tonsorial duties. Before we get started, as always, please, if you'd be so kind, come on and see us over at the Shaving Cadre, www.theshavingcadre.com. We think you'd have a lot of fun. Also, again, if you'd be so kind, please click on the barber pole with the cowboy hat. That will get you subscribed, and I sincerely want to appreciate everybody who has liked, subscribed, and continue to share. We're so close to getting to 1,000, where we're going to introduce probably a new channel, as well as be able to do a little bit more. And then finally, please make sure that you visit Stirling Soap Company. That's www.stirlingsoaps.com. Some of the products we'll be using today are from them. Mandy and Rod are just absolutely wonderful people. And although I've never met them in person, they are also artisan vendors at the Shaving Cadre. So please make sure you come and support them. But they were married in Oro Valley, which is just right down the street. So that's kind of cool. Okay, what's on the agenda for today? Well, it's supposed to be about 80 degrees here today. And then tomorrow, we're supposed to get some rain again. But here in the Southwest, any rain we can get, we will take. Because after the next 2 or 3 weeks, we come into the dry, arid time of year. The soap I'm using today is from Stirling Soaps. It's actually fast becoming very much a favorite. I'll show that to you in just a second. It's probably the perfect summer scent for here, but it can be used all the time. Just a wonderful, wonderful fragrance. I broke down the notes and everything the last time I used it, but Mandy and Rod knocked it out of the park with this one, and it's called Mediterranean Man. And I've got this and the EDP, I think EDT, rather, and yeah, EDT. Don't have the aftershave, and I don't know if he made one for it, but I hope he does at some point so I can be all matchy-matchy with my shave. Today, again, we're going to be doing a straight razor shave. And by the way, thanks for some of the comments on yesterday's video as far as discussing some of the mechanics of where to hold your arm as far as your straight razor shave. I think you'll find your straight razor shaving experience will be much enhanced by doing that. And do a little bit of a self-plug here. Way back in my video archives, you can look for it. I've got a 6-series set of how to learn how to straight razor shave. And I think you'll find that beneficial. The razor for today is going to be a Filarmonica Doble Temple JMP, a Philly 12, which is a 5/8 of the line. If I haven't mentioned it before, please check out in the description section of the video all the channels, both shaving and non-shaving related. These are folks that support this channel as well as the Shaving Cadre, and some places that are just fun. It should also be noted that this razor today was taken across the balsa, I should say the treated balsa convex strop, as well as, and I did that for 30. And then across the linen for 10. And then of course across the leather strap for 60. So very, very smooth shave today so far. I think I said this before, but as you get older, you forget certain things. But as far as the JMP Filarmonicas, I think they are the finest steel. And I'll stick my neck out a limb and probably say that they're probably the finest. Overall shave as far as face feel, and overall shave quality. The other one that's as equal, but probably a little bit requires a little bit more technical know-how, I would say, would probably be the CV Helgestrand. Because it is a harder Swedish steel, so there's not that flexibility in the blade as a Spanish steel has. So those two are, obviously the top two. A lot of good razors out there though, so it's all, of course, it all comes down to personal preference. But the Philly 12 is just a fun little razor to use. You can find, and Phillies are getting harder and harder to find. By a long shot, they're getting harder to find. And when you can find them, they're going for stupid prices. And if you are lucky enough to find a new old stock, get ready to take out a mortgage. Many of those you'll see for whatever strange reason in Japan. And then every so often you'll see the Philly 13s, and every once in a while a 14 come up at Griffith Shaving Goods, who has a wonderful selection of both restored and NOS razors. So make sure you check out Griffith Shaving Goods. I think it's griffithshavinggoods.com. But he always has a lot of neat stuff on the site. Not the least expensive, but I've bought quite a number of razors from him, and you get what you pay for. To be able to buy a vintage razor, that's been completely restored and feels like new is pretty cool. I shaved with a Philly 13 a few days ago, and that's one that I got from Matt Lukey3262 on the shaving forum, and it basically brand new. I mean, it wasn't NOS, but you'd never be able to tell. Getting back to the soap, Mediterranean Man. I want to say, and I may be wrong here because I've forgotten, I know I've talked about it. I want to say that it is a homage to Creed Europa, I think. I may be wrong there. Our resident perfumer, Scuttle Soap, will probably come in and correct me. But it is just, it's just absolutely wonderful. And as with all of Rod and Mandy's soaps at Stirling, beautifully thick, voluminous. You can get them as thin as you want for straight razor shaving. Just beautiful. And just to clarify, I don't get paid from Stirling. In other words, the product that I have is product that I purchased, so there's no paid endorsement. It's just good stuff. Hopefully those of you that had to change your clocks are all settled into your new time zone. As some of you may or may not know, Arizona, I believe now, is the only state in the union. There used to be a northern part of Indiana that didn't do daylight savings time either. And not the whole state. Does daylight saving time. There's a part of the northeastern part bordering parts of Utah that does observe daylight savings time, which is fun when you're driving up there, because the way the roads are up there, you can go from what we call Arizona Standard Time to Mountain Time, back to Arizona time, back to Mountain Time in a span of about 10 miles. So, and if you have a phone that's got the automatic time zone thing, it doesn't know what to do. It has no idea what to do. But now, our standard time, which doesn't change, is now in line with ourselves. So in other words, California is now an hour behind us, and Utah is an hour ahead of us. So it's, for us, it's not goofy. For a lot of other people, it is. Oh no, I take that back. We are now on the same time as California. They were the same time as, or they were an hour before us on Pacific Standard Time. And we were the same as Mountain Standard Time. All right. Great shave. Nothing on the alum, as expected, because the Philly is such a smooth razor. We'll get cleaned up here and go over the rest of our stuff. And for our witch hazel today, we will be using Quinn's Cucumber and Mint. Let that dry down for just a few seconds while we go over the initial stuff. So again, our razor today was a Filarmonica Doble Temple, a Philly 12, which is a JMP. This was one of the original Jose Montserrat Poo Phillies, which are just absolutely incredible to use if you can find one and do it. Our soap today, again, from the folks over at Stirling Soap Company, Mandy and Rod, Mediterranean Man. Just a wonderful, wonderful smelling soap. And our brush today, our good friend Eric Sorrentino, the Sorrentino Pillars of Creation, with a tuxedo knot on the top end. Since there is not an aftershave for, or at least an aftershave that I never received from Mediterranean Man with Stirling, we're going to use Cella Bio. This is an organic aftershave, and it matches pretty well. You know, it's a typical Italian citrus, a little bit of an aquatic, so it goes real well with that. And this can be purchased from Brands to Market right here on the Shaving Cadre. And our talc today will be Yardley Classic, just like yesterday. Only because I was too lazy to dig out the other stuff. And it matches pretty well. Definitely a little bit more summery than the gold or the elegance. And then, of course, for the EDP, or the EDT rather, Mediterranean Man, I bought 2 bottles because it looked like they were getting low on stock, so I wanted to make sure I always had it. Okay, and that's it, folks. Thank you once again so much. Please, again, check out the channels in my description section. Come and see us at the Cadre. I'm Barber Dave. This has been Barber Dave's Barbershop at Home. We certainly appreciate you joining us for all 3 shaves this week, and we'll see you again next Sunday, and I hope everybody has an absolutely wonderful week. Take care.